Welcome back to my channel. This is Channel Mathre. If you don't know me, I create natural hair and lifestyle content here on this channel, and this one falls under the natural hair category of things. So before I go into the contents of the video, let me just invite you to stick throughout the entire video. That is one way to show your support and your enjoyment of this video. And also I invite you to click the like button if you're enjoying the content. This one is a very light video. It isn't a teaching video by any means, but I wanted to come in and do an introduction so that I can provide you with a little more insight and information as to what I used to color or highlight the tips of my hair. So if you've been a long-standing family member here on this channel, you would have probably been very surprised when I just showed up with the tips of my hair bleached or colored, because you guys know that I typically err on the side of caution when it comes to hair care, and I encourage best practice for hair care if you want to be on a growth and length retention journey. However, I was in the space for something new and for something exciting and fun to do with my hair. My hair was getting a little boring, it's getting longer, so I wanted to add a little pizzazz, you know? My hair has not fallen out, however, I do notice that the bleached ends are a little thinner than they were prior, and they are a little thinner than my black ends. So that was not unexpected for me, because I know that any coloring process that involves lightening would make my hair, would compromise somewhat the health of my hair. It would not be at its optimal health, so it wasn't unexpected for me. So that is something that I want to tell you guys and caution you guys about. I also don't recommend coloring or bleaching on hair that is already unhealthy. So if you know that your hair is not at its optimum health, I would not encourage you to go through with this process, especially if you want to retain length. I went into this knowing that I would have to cut off the colored parts, and I was totally fine with that. So all of this talking, let me just give you a brief insight into the process. I used the box dye first. The box dye comes with an applicator bottle with peroxide in it already, and it asks that you add the hair color to the applicator bottle. It also asks that you shake it and then you apply it to your hair. You leave it on for 20 minutes, no longer than 20 minutes, and you rinse it off and you condition your hair. So I followed the instructions meticulously. The boo orange brown color was not what I was anticipating at all. So I decided, because I already had the mixture, I used a very little bit, and you cannot reuse it after the day. I decided to go in again and recolor my hair the same spots with that same box dye mixture, and again it yielded very unimpressive results. Instructions came with this high lift booster pack. It came with the cream developer in an applicator bottle, some hair lightener, and some conditioner. I'll be back to show you. Second go around, and I am going in with bleach because I didn't like the color. So I don't know if you can see it, it's very subtle. I have a very light brown color hair. Hate it. I hate that blue brown color. So I'm going to lighten a little bit more to get more of a blondie type thingy-majiggy. Let's try it again. My hair's already dyed anyways, I might as well, and it's the end. If anything, I will just cut it. So I'm going to mix my hair lightener with my developer and it's one part hair lightener according to the instructions, to two parts developer. Guys, wish me luck at this point. So as for me, I would not recommend using a box dye if you are a beginner, because you may wind up damaging your hair in order to get the results that you actually want, because you may have to do the process over and over again. So I did the box dye. I was not pleased with the results, but the box dye clearly says that you should not do either the box dye or any other bleaching or lifting process until 3 weeks after you've done the first application of the box dye. So I had already done 2 applications in one session, so I decided to give it a rest and just call it a night. So I did that. The next morning I awoke and I was not pleased with the color, and so I decided to go in with my bleach, my peroxide, and my bleaching powder. My peroxide was at the 30 volume. I just wanted a framing, a little, you know, highlight, a true highlight. So hair, you can see it, although it's faded a little, it's faded a lot as of now, but I just wanted it to frame my face almost. So I was very selective before I placed it, and so I used the bleach in the very same spots that I used the box dye the night prior. Again, I was very cautious with the bleach. It looked like it was lightening, but also I was very cognizant that I had already done 2 applications of the box dye. So after 20 minutes I immediately went to rinse it off. It did get lighter. It was starting to look like something, you know, and I was pleased, but I wanted it a little lighter, especially in certain spots. I even forgot, guys, that I was recording. So this is where I am at right now. Hopefully it's lifting. I needed to get a, you know, blonder. So like, this is all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything more. I'm hoping that this will give me an ombre effect. I am done. Just waiting to rinse it out. I'm going to rinse it out with my purple shampoo. I'm going to do a deep conditioning treatment with my Callific texture treatment. I'm going to leave that in for 30 minutes. And then I am going to let my hair air dry, and later I will do a braid out. Yeah, I'll do a braid out. Tomorrow is my birthday. And guys, you shouldn't do this because that means I have processed my hair in 2 sessions. 3 times, but in 2 sessions. He said don't do this. He said to give it time. I'm still not sure it will come to the level of blonde that I want, but like in the next 3 weeks or so I might just lift up like 1 or 2 of the strands just to give it a little more dimension. But that's next 3 weeks. I'm not going to, I mean, even if it's the end of my hair, I'm not going to break it off. I'm not going to have it melt off. I have about 7 more minutes left before I need to wash it out. So I'm about to go wash out my hair, and this is how we're looking. I mean, it looks fairly light. I don't even know if I will like this. Okay guys, so this is what we're looking like right now. I'm not displeased. It has definitely lightened a lot more. I have in my Afrogeekalific texture treatment right now, but I am tempted to do one final round. So I think I'm going to wash this out, twist my hair, let it dry a little bit. I have some meetings to attend, and then I am going to do a little more lightening so we can get some blonde. What do you think? Just a little highlight, you know? She is here for it. Just a change. What do you guys think? So again, I went in with the bleach mixture because it was already mixed and I was using very nominal amounts. And I again went in the very same areas, and I specifically chose points to highlight. So you may see that this area is a little lighter than perhaps this area over here. And that is because I selected from the few spots that I had already bleached and colored, I selected even fewer spots so that I could make it really bright to really highlight. I wanted, you know, some tones, although I did not know what I was doing. So that pretty much is the process that I use. I have just allowed my hair to air dry with no product or anything. I am actually going to wash it tonight and style it. But this is what it's looking like so far. I am hoping that in the next 2 weeks I can go back in and put some even brighter highlights. I'm not sure that I love it because I typically don't like the brown color, so I don't know why I even thought about putting highlights in the first place, but I was thinking brown. I hate this orangey brownish thing. And let me just give you a little insight with Box Dye. Box Dye and Bleach operate differently. So what Box Dye does, from my reading, is that it penetrates the cuticle of the hair and it deposits a color molecule. Of course, you're using peroxide as well, so that allows for penetration and for lightening. Bleach, on the other hand, impacts the melanin molecule in your hair, and so it is permanent. So these are the 2 different processes. I am a bleach girl as of now because I was not looking for a particular color. I was trying to lighten it to blonde. And the bleach seemed to work better for my virgin hair. That is pretty much my hair coloring process. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it provides you with some insight. I've gotten some questions on my process. It was not very organized because I did not know what I was doing, but I may be retouching, so we'll see. I have noticed, as I mentioned, a little more thinning in the areas that have the lightening, but I am okay with that, and I just trim. I do both touch and destroy and dusting as necessary. So that's it for me, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, let me know down below whether you've ever lightened your hair and what process you used, and whether you would recommend that other people use that process. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for staying with me. And did you realize that we got to 7,000 subscribers? Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. Love you. See you in the next one.
My crown's so heavy, better help me carry. My crown's so heavy, better help me carry. My crown's so heavy, crown's so heavy. My crown's so heavy.